Welcome back, everybody. We have a great show for you tonight, and we're ending the Young Guns Week. The Young Gun Week. Welcome back, everybody. This week we have the Young Guns in the Hive. We start off with the first show with Sarah Cords, and then we have Blake Borello, and we have the SOS Team rounding off the week. So stay tuned, and we're gonna start off here with Sarah Cords.
That's my way.
Her breath is like woo. She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to woo. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star. Woo. Her name is Jenny, ooh, bitch don't have no panties. Woo. I'm Steph Curry. When I hit the three, I hit.
17 was it?
All right, and before we get started, we want to send a special shout out to the Costa Mesa promoter, Brad Oxley. He suffered a horrible injury in the desert in Mexico. He was riding fast like always, and he hit a deer and had a massive injury. So we want to go ahead and send our best wishes to Brad Oxley and healing. And we miss you, Brad, and we hope you come back soon as far as full health. And we're very sorry about the tragedy. We're going to go ahead and play a little video of Brad Oxley at Costa Mesa. And we want you back on the track, Brad. You're a champion.
Brad, opening night.
Yeah, buddy.
I know you're busy, man. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
How's the track? The track looks wonderful.
It looks good. We'll see. You know, we never really know. It's funny.
You didn't have any rain or any issues with this in the last couple days, did you?
Oh, we had the track perfectly prepared about 2 weeks ago, and we had a super old city water main under the track.
No.
An 8-inch water main blow and flood the entire neighborhood, not just the racetrack.
Oh, no.
It ran for like 9 hours. It pumped millions of gallons out. It was an old city water main that no one really
They
knew.
found it now,
It
huh?
blew in turn 2 right in the middle of the racetrack and sent up Mount Shasta.
Oh, no.
So we've been working really hard. We had to bring equipment in, and there was lots of pumping and mud
They had to
slopping.
dig a big hole in the track.
A huge hole, 10 feet deep, 10 feet wide.
Oh, my
And
God.
then we had to fill that up. You don't just dump 10 feet worth of dirt in a hole. It takes a lot of work to get it.
You gotta pack it.
So
Especially if you're gonna have a track ride on.
It's been a couple of weeks of pretty intense labor.
With all of that said and done, how you feeling about tonight? I mean, you know, it's opening night here for 2016 and Jack Milne Cup. Your riders are ready.
I'm always enthusiastic and happy to do it, but I never really get to take that deep breath and say that it was a good one until it's all over.
Yeah.
You know, we're always so concerned for the riders, the safety, our spectators, whether the show is good and whether or not we have a good turnout, which is crucial to us.
And all right, well, I'll let you finish the track, and we'll see you at the start-finish.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys and Mark and everyone from Extreme Speedway, and we look forward to a really fun season of racing here at Costa Mesa Speedway. And if you haven't been here, it's the best live action show ever. Great for the whole family. Check it out at CostaMesaSpeedway.net and come visit us.
All right, we'll see you there.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, be there, Costa Mesa Speedway. We want that track open this year. And we have the entire SOS team, at least most of them. And first, we're going to start off with a team leader, Kyle Cunningham. And we're going to play a video of Kyle right now.
I've been looking for a way out.
All right, that was a cool video of Kyle. And we have Kyle in the hive along with the entire SOS team. These guys are good. So let's go ahead and bring them on right now. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
They're getting ready to go riding, so they're packing it up. So we're going to start off with Kyle. How's it going, bud?
Pretty good.
Good. And I guess you've been riding Speedway a pretty long time. You're the team captain of the SOS team. Is that correct?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You're the old guy, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Me and Michael have been racing the longest, I would say. I mean, I don't know. Michael's had like a few more years than I have, I think.
And Michael is a little older.
Yeah, but I don't know. Overall, me and Michael are pretty equal, though, I would say.
Yeah, you guys are both pretty. What year did you start riding Speedway, Kyle?
I don't know. I started when I was about like 8 years old, I think, on Pee-wees, and I would say like 9 or 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's a pretty long time to be riding, like 9 or 10 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had any injuries in those 9 or 10 years?
Yeah. I've had
one or two injuries.
Yeah, I've had 2 surgeries. One I tore my ACL and double meniscus on both sides of my left knee. And
no.
Yeah, that one took like a year to fully recover, but yeah. And then I tore, or when I was at Industry, one of the New York, what's his name? Jonathan Oakton. We were like going in the first turn, and like he kind of like straightened up into me, and then we like high sided together, and I put my shoulder out, and then I like tore my meniscus.
Oh no.
I don't know. It was, yeah. And then I broke my chromium. I don't know. I don't know. It took me like 8 months to recover from that one. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
That's bad. Your shoulder really is sensitive when you injure it. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
I injured mine, and it took forever.
Yeah, it's one of the most. I think that's one of the most common injuries in Speedway. Is probably your shoulder.
Yeah, that's bad. And your collarbone.
Yeah,
everybody has a collarbone injury, including Michael Wells, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got one too. So we all have our marks from Speedway, I think, from the collarbone too.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get started in Speedway, Kyle? Did you like go to the races, or do you have a friend or something?
Yeah, me and my friend Landon Collins, when we were little, we went to the track at Fast Fridays, and like we saw the little kids riding on the track on 50s, and we thought we could do it. So I don't know, that's how we got into it pretty much. And then from there on, we got into 150s, and I don't know. After that, I don't know. We kind of got addicted to like the. I don't know. Just sliding is like addicting. I don't know.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. So you raced 150s for how many years did you race the minis for?
3 or 4 years, I think.
And then I know you raced the 250s for a few years, right?
Yeah, for 4, I believe. Yeah.
Nice. Who was your toughest competition in the 250s?
Probably Sebastian and Colton Hicks. And Michael, yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
I mean, Cameron Kresman and Anthony Dion were also like right there with us. I mean, yeah. In the last few years, like they like we were all pretty equal. I don't know. So
you would win a main event, and then Sebastian would win, and you guys would just kind of trade off.
Yeah. Pretty. I mean, Sebastian and Colton Hicks are a little bit more dominant in the 250 class, just because they had a few more years experience than me, Cameron Kresman, and Anthony.
Nice. It works that way, That's the way it works in the Speedway world, Like it's like it's like, like the people who have had the longest time, who's developed a little bit more, they're a little more advanced. So everyone has their own stuff, level of progression, I guess.
Yeah.
It's normal, no biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of riders that were not that good, and then all of a sudden they became really great riders. So, it kind of works that way. So, the thing is, you just can't quit. Like even if you're not as good as somebody else in Speedway, you just keep working hard, and then you keep advancing. And some people just go slow, and then they go real fast in their like progression. And some people go slow, and some people are really good at the very beginning, and they don't have to, move slowly up the ladder. So everyone is different and different pace of their progress. So, what are your future Speedway goals, Kyle? You're a pretty good rider, and do you have any goals in your future?
Yeah, I want to go to Europe. I mean, I think they're recruiting people for the under 21s, and I think there's under 21 nationals coming up in Europe somewhere, and they're recruiting 3 riders. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I might go. I think I'm gonna go to that. Hopefully.
Nice. Do you have to be invited, or do you just like invite yourself,
Yeah,
or how does that work?
I think you have to be invited, but like I don't know. I think me, Sebastian, or Blake. I don't know, and Michael. I don't know.
Good.
Like, any of us could go. I think.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of brings the topic of like the dream team. That would be really good if, because there's so many young riders like yourself and Michael, and I mean, all these young riders coming up that are good. Sebastian, there's all these really good riders in the 500s now. And would you like to do a dream team situation like with Steve Evans if he ever puts it together?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. A lot of the young riders got their start doing that dream team. We're going to play a video right now of a dream team, and we're going to play a video of some of the famous riders here in the Speedway world.
My name is Gary Gomez, and I'm with the United States Dream Team. I'm one of the coordinators for the Dream Team. We've been doing the tour since 2005, and this year is our 5th year anniversary, and we're heading over to the UK in the end of March.
This is Kelly Inman. We're here at Victorville Speedway for the Dream Team fundraiser.
It's Carrie Hancock, and I'm just here out at Victorville. Steve Evans is raced here promoting the Dream Team for these guys going over to England.
Hi, this is Steve Evans. I'm the promoter of Victorville Speedway and Wheel to Wheel Raceway.
I'm Austin Arvado. I'm rider number 181. And we're here at Victorville for the Dream Team fundraiser.
My name's Josh Abbott, number 141. Looking forward to going overseas, England.
Gino Manzares, 24. Getting ready to go over with the boys again for the Dream Team.
Hi, my name is Tim Gomez. I'm number 30. This is my 4th year in Dream Team.
My name is Dan Hull. I'm been an AMA referee for 25 years, and I'd like to let you guys know we really need to support the Dream Team.
Jeff Arnold, Joker Machine. Just glad to be here. We're here supporting the American Dream Team.
Hi, this is Tom Fox, starter at Victorville. Out here supporting the Dream Team.
This is Ryan Evans at Wheel to Wheel Raceway in Victorville, and just want to thank everybody involved for donating their time and their money to this race and the whole effort.
We need to do that again, right, Kyle?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
How did you like Austin's hair? Did he look pretty cool? You guys were enjoying it, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He was a pretty handsome little booger, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw your faces, and I think it was you were smiling.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah. So besides Speedway, Kyle, do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, dirt biking, BMX, like building jumps outside, and like driving, like sim racing, like with the driving wheel. that's pretty fun. I don't know. That's
So you do like jumps? Do you do like high jumps? Are you like an extreme jumper, or you just have
like,
fun?
yeah, I just have fun. You know, I don't know, just build some dirt jumps and
Like fucking 5 foot.
Just be careful. Don't hurt yourself.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I was a young guy, I built some jumps before I raced Speedway, and the suspension back in the earlier days wasn't as good maybe as the bikes now, and I landed really hard and I wiped out really bad, and I'm like, that's the end of it for me.
Yeah.
So that's cool. The bikes I think are better now though for jumping.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, much better, much better. So are you ready for Bakersfield tomorrow night?
Yeah. Yeah, my mechanic, Chris, the last few races he hasn't been there because like he had some heart issues and like I don't know, and he's feeling. I mean, he's a lot better now, I think, and he's coming down. Yeah, and he's my main mechanic. He's definitely the best mechanic I've had.
Nice.
Yeah.
Helps you.
So who's going to be in your pits tomorrow night helping you wrench and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So how do you like the Bakersfield track? You feel pretty good about riding on that?
Yeah, it's like the bank turns kind of like hug you to the inside of the track, and it's probably going to be a lot better since they put DG and stuff down. There's probably going to be more lines you can go on the outside. And I don't know. Like last time, if you went off into the outside, it was just like dust and you would spin out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot better this time.
Yeah, a little DG on the outside is going to help a little for passing and riding a little higher on the bank. That'll be good for the outside riders for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if it's good passing, we'll find out tomorrow, but if it's good passing on the outside, it really makes for fun racing because it's like the fastest guy wins the race, right? Not the guy in the pole, but the fastest guy.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's really great. Well, I wish you luck. I hope you do well. You're a good rider, so I guess you'll just go for it. And that's really a good practice track for for Europe too, because that's a little bit larger than our normal tracks in Southern California. So that will give everyone a good experience for the longer tracks, which is really great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you like the longer tracks or the shorter tracks?
Definitely probably the longer tracks. Yeah, they're more like I don't know. They're not as yeah, I don't know. You don't have to put as much effort into it, like going around the corners. It kind of just flows into the next corner. At like shorter tracks, you kind of just like go into the next corner and then the next corner. Like I don't know, it's a lot more turning, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It's everything's moving fast on the short tracks. I mean,
yeah,
you turn the corner, and next thing you know, you're in the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it moves like lightning speed when you're on like Costa Mesa or maybe Auburn or Fast Fridays.
Yeah,
it's fast.
Yeah, the program.
Yeah, no, it moves fast. I used to race the quarter mile track, one of the first quarter mile tracks, and I was one of the top point guys there. And I just loved it, it was just so fast. I could just sit on the straightaway and just like, okay, we're riding now, it was just everything moved slower because it was a long track. And it was actually nice. Like you say, it's really nice to have that long track where you could really think about what's going on a little bit. The short tracks, you can't do that.
No, not really. Yeah. The long track is definitely better.
It's moving fast when you're on the short track. So it looks good, I think Chris Kerr is going to be out there tomorrow night, and he's a pretty good rider, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah. He's nice. Yeah. I like Chris.
Yeah, Chris is cool. He was cool. We had him on the show last week, and he said I'm gonna be pitting for Blake, and then I'm gonna check out the track. And then all of a sudden he's been watching how good the track is, and then he said, I'm going to be riding. So he's not pitting no more. He's he's going to be out there doing it. So that's pretty neat that, he decided he'd just go ahead and race. So that'll be cool. And so how many years would you like to race Speedway, Kyle?
I mean, as long as I can, I guess. I don't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. If I could do it for a job, that would be cool.
It'd be cool if you could make a living for it, and race and just enjoy yourself like that. Well, you don't know until you give it a go, correct? So just go for it. Yeah, that's awesome. For sure. So who are your sponsors?
Well, Team SOS. I don't know. I don't have many sponsors. I mean, J Allen Real Estate. Yeah, I got O'Neill. Well, because we get discounts from them for gear and stuff.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you're a good rider, and I'm sure you'll get more and more sponsors as time goes on. So hang in there and always be good to people like you probably are, and sign autographs and try to be. I guess there's not a lot of people in the pits nowadays, so it's kind of hard to do that. But who's in the pits? My dad, Oh, but when the racing begins, we're gonna, that'll be a good thing to do. And don't we miss those days where we had a lot of people in the pits, signing autographs? I mean, do you miss those days?
Yeah, I mean,
we go.
I don't know. That's kind of Paris. There was quite a bit of people last time at Paris. It was
one family.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
it was more like a normal race.
That's cool. Yeah, it'd be nice to have more people coming and enjoying the races, and even in the pits after the races. Speedway's kind of not as good or not the same without the people. It's always good to have the people cheering you on and throwing eggs at you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Booing you for winning too much. It's always, you miss that when people hate you. Nah, just joking. Yeah, that reminds me of the days at Costa Mesa. And actually, Michael Wells, I think, is in this video we're going to play. It's a short video of. I kind of miss seeing the people at the races, to be honest with you. And it's really cool. And so is there anything else you want to say, Kyle? We're going to move on to Michael. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Kyle. You're really a great rider, and we're really looking forward to your success. I've watched several of your races, and you can definitely ride. You're good, and just keep it up. Keep working hard. There's a lot of good riders in your class, so you have to just keep doing what you're doing and working hard and developing. And you're going to be right there, no doubt. You're really a quality rider. So congratulations for your good talent.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, you're really good. So just keep going, and you're going to do great. Next, we're going to show a video of Costa Mesa. We miss people, right? I'll talking to Kyle, we miss watching all the people in the stands. And I think our next guest, Michael Wells, is at the end of this video. So watch for Michael. He's like a little guy, okay? He's just a little guy. He's a little guy, like this big. Scooter. He's a Scooter. And watch out for Scooter in this video. We just miss people, and we're going to listen to some rock music and at the Costa Mesa boring.
All of the guns
Like lightning, every bit of thunder, hit you with the wind, and I feel like a bomb. Yeah, God is gonna make it happen. See the world in a loving way. Fight all the I'm a true nature child.
Born to be wild. Did you see Scooter in that video?
Yes.
Oh, that was cool. And it's good you guys seeing people in the stands, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good, man. It's really good. And next, we have that little guy you saw at the end of the video, that little mini junior speedway rider, Michael Scooter Wells. Michael, how you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great. It's really good to see you. It's been a long time since I saw you.
Yes, it has.
Wow. So tell us about yourself. Like, how did you get started into Speedway?
So I was probably about 3, turning 4, and I was at Costa Mesa Speedway. Funny enough, I was actually watching you. You were one of my favorite riders growing up in the Bumblebee suit and everything. And
Keep going, Michael.
I was
Keep going.
about 4 years old, and I finally saw little kids on the Pee-wees out there, and I had a little Honda 50. My parents, they loved it. I was always talking to people in the stands, always telling them I wanted to do it. Sure enough, my mom signed me up, and she got all the paperwork filled out, got me going. Dad got the bike out and everything. Pat me on my butt and said, "There you go, have fun." So I go out, race quite a bit, and I eventually just started liking it more and more and more. Went out to more of the tracks, City of Industry. Back when IMS was there, I went out there a couple times. Costa Mesa was kind of my home track. I'd show up with School of Skid with Brad Oxley way back in when that was going on. And I just kind of fell in love with it from there. And then about 7 years old, I was able to get my first Speedway bike. which was a 125 Honda, which was stuffed inside a little junior Speedway bike frame. And from then on, I just kept on going.
You have really good parents. I know your parents well, and they are really super nice people and supportive.
Yes, both my mom and my dad, they've helped me out tremendously. I couldn't be where I'm at today without them.
No way. And your mom and dad are both great, and your dad is always really nice to me. Every time I see him, he wears his Bumblebee shirt. Every time I race at Costa Mesa, he's like, "Hey, dude, I got my Bumblebee shirt."
Yeah, he's very friendly. I will say that. Some days it's like, okay, like, hey, we gotta get the bike, but it's all good fun and games. I know that he likes talking. He's a very people person, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I miss your dad a lot. And when I come racing at Costa Mesa next time, I tell your dad to wear his Bumblebee shirt.
I will make sure that happens.
Oh, so we're gonna go ahead. You're such a cute little guy. I have to tell you, because you come to the pits after the races, and you are just the nicest little kid probably in the whole world. So, and you're nice now, so it's not like changed, but you're just really a great guy. And I always just enjoyed every week when you and your dad would come to the pits and hang out in the beehive, and it was really a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it. As a kid, going around the pits, looking at all the bikes, sitting on all of them, using them as a jungle gym basically, was the times I remember. It was the best time in my life. It got me away from school, and I just had fun. Motorcycles, and I was there.
I could really tell, seriously, when you were just like 4 years old like that. I mean, I looked at you and I said, this kid, he really loves this Speedway. And, I was thinking maybe he has a future here, because you really were just, you were like a jungle gym over all the bikes, and you were just loving all the riders, and you were just like enjoying Speedway. You just like sucked it all up. That was really cool to see from me, because I saw that.
As a kid, I loved it. It was just something I just couldn't control myself. I just loved it. Had to go.
And you, honestly, like, your personality was like the sweetest personality. I'm not joking. You had this like heart of gold. You're just a sweet, pure little child, and you're just like, I like Speedway. You're cool. So we're going to go ahead and play a video of Michael Scooter Wells when he was that little kid starting to ride Speedway. Here we go, Michael Scooter Wells.
All right, Michael Wells, how you feeling today?
Great, I already won 3 races in a row.
Yeah, you were out here during the practice, and you got the track size down today?
Yeah, hopefully.
Who's some of the guys you're gonna be riding against?
One boy that's really hard is Braden Galvin, Maverick Malloy. I know I'm racing him, Sebastian, and Gino.
Oh yeah, Gino. Better be looking out right there. You got the Rummels that's the group you're going to try to go after next, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta beat Maxwell.
That's right. All right. Hey, good luck. All right.
Okay.
I want that video to play.
Oh no! I knew instantly what video it was too.
Hey, you're a cute little kid. What are you talking about? I'm going to beat Maxwell. Is that what you said? Did you say you're going to beat Maxwell Romo? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, and I still want to beat him.
We all want to beat Maxwell, right? We all want to beat that guy. He's one of the best, so you want to beat the best.
It's coming.
It's coming. Like I told Kyle, it's just everything takes time. And Speedway, having sort of seen Speedway a couple years, it's like that. It's just a progression, and, it's a step-by-step progression. And it's the people who don't quit, the people who stay with it are the ones that are actually going to succeed in the sport.
For sure, yeah. It's when growing up, I remembered one of my biggest goals was just go to England. I won the race in England, which I haven't been able to just quite yet. I don't know if there's any opportunities as of right now, but I'm looking to try to force my way or somehow get my way over there to go race.
Oh, so how old were you when you first thought of like, I'd like to race in England? What was your age?
Probably was about 8 years old. After I kind of learned like, okay, I'm racing Speedway. I got my bike. About a year after hearing and listening, paying attention to people going over to Europe was always like, that was the thing. Go to Europe, just go, have fun, and that's where you go. And I started watching the GPs and stuff like that. We made a whole bunch of friends in Speedway. Buck Blair, he got us onto the Speedway GPs and stuff like that to go watch. So I just started watching those, and I just thought, that's amazing. I want to go do that.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that'll all be coming back, and and we can. I know money's a little tight for everybody right now, but hopefully in the future, if things work out, hopefully, like I was mentioning to Kyle, they could do another dream team. You and Kyle and a whole bunch of these guys, Blake and a bunch of these guys who want to race can go over there and show your stuff off on the long track now that you guys have some experience at the Bakersfield coming up. So that would be really great. And do you think you'd like that if Steve were to put together a dream team in the future?
Oh, 100%. I feel like I would enjoy it. It'd be a lifelong dream come true. I say lifelong, even though I'm only 20, but I've had that dream for a while and just thinking about it. And I honestly do think that we'd be a force to be reckoned with if we had an entire team, along with Blake Barillo, Kyle, if we had Max, Dylan, all the good kids, Sarah, and just everyone, Sebastian. It'd just be a great team.
I agree. I really do. I talked to a few riders, and they said that they didn't think that this group could reach the group of, let's say, the 82 team with Penhall and Schwartz and Sagalos and stuff. But I kind of tend to disagree with that. I have a feeling that this group is really good, and they could if they were to like keep it together, and if things were to keep getting better, where you could ride in England and stuff. I really believe sincerely that this group really has that talent to achieve that level.
I feel like we could. I feel like as long as we had a lot of support, a lot of people backing us, I know we'd be considered the underdogs going over there. And honestly, we've always kind of been considered the underdogs, but we've been able to surprise a lot of people in the past, and I think we can still do it now.
Exactly, because there's so much young talent out there, in the Speedway. All these guys you mentioned, and then you have Luke and Brock. I mean, you have all these guys that are just really talented, and I mean, I think the sky's the limit. Sincerely, for for the team, for the U.S. Speedway, if they were to do, get together and race in Europe again, like the World Cup and things like that. I think USA could be a force to reckon with for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and check out Steve Evans here. He's talking about the Dream Team right now.
It's a bit English and cold actually, but we've got a pretty hardcore bunch of riders here out to support the Dream Team. I mean, it's been a cold day. It's threatened rain. It hasn't rained yet. It might rain, but we're here to raise money for the Dream Team, and we're going to have a good time at Victorville. Josh Abbott, who's in his second year of racing, has been very, very professional in the way that his approach is. He was not admittedly on our first rider list, but the way that he approached this whole thing, he just earned himself a spot, and rightly so. Well, American Speedway riders hold a very, very dear place in the hearts of British fans, and of course, right now there's not so many of them. There's about 3 Americans in the British League. We got Ricky Wells, Ryan Fisher, and Chris Kerr. And back when I was young, a little while ago, there was probably about 15 in its prime. So of course, a lot of these riders, though they may not yet be at the level of the guys that were over back in the heyday, like Bobby Schwartz and Sean and Kelly Moran and Sam Malenko and many, many others, they're obviously not at that level, but they're still very, very well followed because they're Americans, and they not only race, but they put on a good show. It's not just the fact they race, it's how they race and how they interact with the fans, and it's something that, until you go over there and see how much British fans love American Speedway, it's something that you really have to see for yourself.
All right, well, good luck tonight. Have fun.
Thank you.
Did you hear what he just said about the American riders?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do feel like that'd probably be really true. A lot of us all have our own character. We're all way different in every aspect, and I think we'd all stand out more.
He said that the British fans and stuff, they like the American riders for whatever reason. I don't really know the reason. I can't explain it, but they really like Americans over there, and they always have actually since Penhall and Scott Autry days. But they love Americans over there, and that I guess Dylan is being recruited right now to race in the. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So, and when we had Dylan on the show, I told him that they're recruiting lots of young Americans because I think I guess there's travel restrictions in the Polish league and another league. So if you race in Poland, I guess you have to stay in Poland or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that works out, but the British league is going to be short some riders this year even. And so they're going to be recruiting Americans also. So then Dylan gets a call, so that's what's happening right now. So it's cool. There's lots of opportunities. The Dream Team would really be a good stepping stone for all the young American riders because it would give them lots of exposure to the European promoters. There'll probably be one or two riders or whoever that sticks out and shines pretty good. And then those particular riders are going to be the ones going to be getting possible offers to race in the British League. So it's really a great thing for the riders to go out and showcase their talents. And Steve Kerr, actually, he was on the show last week, and that's how he got his start in the British League. He went over there in 2005, I believe it was, the first year or the second year, one of the two. I think it was 2005. He went over there, and he was Chris Kerr, and he's really good. And the promoters saw that, and then they said, hey, we want to sign you in the British League because you're really good. And he raced 4 years in the British League. And his point average was above 7 points, which is really good. And Chris Kerr was a solid British League rider, So he did all that from the Dream Team, just going over there with a bunch of American riders and showed his stuff. So that was really great. So let's see where we're at. So what are your goals in Speedway, Michael?
I would like to win a title, possibly two. That'd be really cool. Like I said, I would like to go over to Europe. I feel like I would do pretty good over there, get a lot of exposure, a lot of confidence and everything else build up. And also, I just want to be good at it. I just want to be known as, everyone knows Bobby Shorts. That's one of the big names, Bruce Penhall. I want my name to be up there just as well. And have people be like, oh, yeah, that kid, yeah, I know him. And be like, oh, yeah, he's good. So if I can get up in that level, I feel like I'd do pretty good.
Well, one of the ways to get up to that level is racing in Europe because those guys are all European stars, and they were champions for sure. So you want to win a United States championship then? Is that one of your goals?
Yeah, become one of the national championships. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Everyone remembers the national champion, pretty much. Everyone remembers that. And a lot of people forget the number 2 rider, though, if he never won one.
Exactly. Gotta go for the number 1. So
you gotta go for number 1. Number 2. And in order to be number 1, of course, you have to have a lot of laser focus. You have to have your head really good, that night. You have to be focused to win every race. There's no mistakes. It's very much you have to be very talented to win that because there's no room for error on especially a one-night national championship. You pretty much have to win all of them or maybe get 1 second. So that's, it's a little bit of pressure. So you have to focus on doing that because that's the only way you're going to win. So, yeah, so that's cool. And so You got your bike packed up for Bakersfield now?
Currently, my mechanic, also my dad, amazing mechanic by the way, is I think putting on the final touches. I've gone through this entire week. I've been little stressed out with school and working on the bikes and making sure they're 100%. But I'm pretty sure they're done. They'll be done 100% by 10 o'clock tonight.
So 10 o'clock tonight. So you got like 3 or 4 hours, 3 hours to get those bikes done.
It should be done within 10, 15 minutes if me and my dad work on, but I'll give me a little cushion just in case.
Very good. So are you still going to high school now? Are you still a senior or something?
Currently, I am a sophomore in college. I go to a little community college in Huntington Beach, and I'm studying criminal justice along with trying to get my American Sign Language interpreting license.
You're doing sign language?
Yes, trying to get my interpreting license along with a bachelor's or as of right now, an AA in criminal justice, and moving on from there.
Nice. You have an AA right now in criminal justice?
Working on it. Hopefully by the end of this semester and after summer, I'll have my AA.
Very good. Congratulations. Oh, that's really good. So what do you want to do in the future? Would you like to be a police officer, possibly, like later?
Maybe like a fish and game warden, something where I can go out in the woods a little bit, and if they got motorcycles, if I can get on one of those, that'd be really fun. I know like Riverside PD, they have some of the motorcycle cops and stuff like that go out on the trails, which I absolutely love doing, is riding my motorcycle on trails. If I could do that as a job, that'd just be a dream.
Making good money, good benefits, and riding a motorcycle.
Yep, couldn't think of a better way.
I can't think of a better way. I mean, we all love motorcycles, and I ride motorcycle every day of my life. I cannot live one day without being on a motorcycle. Not a speedway bike, but a motorcycle. I love it. I mean, I live on a motorcycle island. I ride all the time, and then when I have bikes off the island, and I ride big bikes, and I just can't get enough of riding. That's for sure. Oh, that's cool. So how do you think you're going to do at Bakersfield? You're going to have a good run tomorrow night?
I'm feeling pretty confident about it. I made a little changes to the bike. I got a new motor in it, so time to test that out. Hopefully it'll be good enough for the big track. I think it will. Like I said, I got one of the best mechanics I could ever ask for, which is my dad, and I have a whole bunch of people backing me up, including Lawrence Mcnutt, which is an amazing guy. He always helped me out and making sure I'm ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm really impressed with your progress. I've really seen you like bump it up, just keep going up that ladder to the next level. So your progress is really impressive. And I have a video here of you riding over at Bakersfield before they put the DG, I think, on the track. Yes, Kyle, I think, likes that DG, and but at least you got a chance to spin some laps and practice. Here, let's go ahead and check it out. pretty impressive, young man.
Thank you.
You're looking good out there. I think you're looking better than ever, actually. So that looks like the long track is suiting Michael Wells pretty well. So I think you're going to do well.
I hope so. It feels pretty good out there, so let's just hope it works and we just go with it.
No, seriously, you're looking really good, and I can see, just like I said just before the video, I can see your progress just going higher and higher, and that's really impressive. So just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll definitely get there. So congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
Really, I'm impressed. I mean, I watched you since the early days, and you were very, like, just like everybody, learning how to ride a bike, and everything's difficult at first, and it takes time, and then now I see you in that video, and I'm like, oh wow, that was cool. So very good, very good.
Thank you.
And so who are some of your sponsors, Michael?
Currently, biggest ones have to be Lawrence Mcnutt with Team SOS. He's helped me out through quite a bit. Lucas Oil, Scott Talkington, been amazing, helped me out ever since I've been real little, always supplying me with the best racing oils and everything else. O'Neill, they've been helping us out, the team, for quite a bit now, and their stuff has been really nice. Really, I trusted 100%. Billy Hamill, Cody Racing Products, both of them, they both help a little bit out. And then Forma Performing Boots.
Nice.
And most importantly, I have to say my mom and my dad. Those two have been there ever since, thick and thin, through good nights, bad nights, some of the hospital nights, unfortunately. And they just always been by my side, and I love them to death.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have really supportive parents, and they're, like I said earlier, they're really great people, and you couldn't have been luckier to have your mother and father in your corner. I mean, that was good.
Yes, it is.
Because you only have one mother and one father for your whole lifetime, and you have a really good mother and father, so that's great. Yeah, awesome. And yeah, well, thank you so much for hanging out. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Be at the track tomorrow, Kern County Raceway out of Bakersfield. It's going to be good riders out there. We got our entire team's going to be out there, and we're going to be stoked. We got the best looking leathers, best looking team, and we're just going to go for it.
You got a good team, and you got a good sponsor, and you guys look sharp out there. And actually, I have a picture. Let me just, before we go, here's these guys right here. Here's the SOS team all getting together here. And here's another picture of you guys over at Paris, I believe.
That was Paris.
That was the last man out challenge that we had out there in Paris.
Yeah, that was cool. I wish I could have got that on video. That was really good. Is this Lawrence, your sponsor, here with you?
Yes, that is Lawrence Mcnutt. That's one of the first photos we took, and I was having a kind of a weird hair day, of course, but that's one of the first days I was on the team. It was really cool.
You looked really cool right there.
You look like Buck Blair.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's a good.
I'm just kidding. I love Buck. He's always been there. He's one of my actually helpers quite a bit too.
Buck's cool dude.
I love Buck.
Yeah, Buck's great. He's a good guy. And then this is your bike here. That's pretty cool. Nice. And here you are beating a girl. How dare you?
Hey, racing's racing. You got to go for it.
And then speak of the devil, this is Buck Blair beating your ass here.
Okay, to be fair, the race before I got under him, so
you beat him the race
I beat
before.
him. Right now we're 1-1, so we're gonna have to see
Oh,
on the next couple of races who can get who. I got a
yeah,
new
Bucks.
motor and I think
And
I'm ready
then,
to rock and roll.
well, you have what, a GM, right? A GM in your bike?
I've just now put in a GM. I've been racing the Jellos for a while, and I just got my GM refreshed, and I think I'm ready to go for tomorrow.
But you've never practiced.
Yeah, the GM will work good out there on that track for sure. Yeah, there you go. You kind of have a different form, but you ride real low. You're a big guy, 6'3", and you kind of stay low, which is nice, for your style. It looks good.
Yeah, that can be a little bit of a hindrance every once in a while. Is just that height, and then getting over the bars, trying to just get my weight back without the front tire lifting. That can be a little sketchy sometimes, but I make it work.
But you ride low, which is good for a tall guy. You kind of stay low, which is basically like a little guy, but you're tall. So you ride low, which is really, I think, to your advantage, really.
That's what I've been trying to do. And there's a couple more techniques I'm trying to work on a little bit to see, just to get me out of the corner a little bit better.
And this looks like your buddy Renton. Is that Renton Todd you're riding next to?
I believe so. He's an upcoming rider, and I can say me and him are good friends. We love racing, and it's me and him are just always out there having a good time.
Oh yeah. He's a good guy. He's cool. He brings those drinks to the track. So anybody that wants a soda drink or a soft drink, or Capri Sun or something, just go see Renton Todd.
Capri Sun, him and Reese.
Yeah, Reese and Renton. They hold the holster, the gun holster, and they shoot you with a Capri Sun or whatever, and they give you one. Those guys are cool. And then here's your team here. There's Kyle in the middle, and look at those guys. They're handsome fellas.
Like I said, we got the best looking team out there. So
yeah, you guys look sharp, and nobody misses that purple and green out there. That's for sure.
Yep.
You guys almost glow in the dark out there.
That's a good idea.
See, nobody misses you because you guys are really fluorescent. Is this you here, Michael?
Yes, that is my dad and I. I forget what we were doing on the bike. I think we were moving the handlebars a little bit. But like I said, my dad, he's an amazing mechanic. He's always right there. Pretty much always. He's working on my bike or he's out having fun talking to people. And I'm just like, hey, we got to work on the bike. But he's always by my side most of the time. And he makes sure my bike's always 100% ready to go. And helps me kind of stay motivated and gives me my space when I need it, and when I need a little bit of confidence, he's always there.
Good. Are you a hot dog on a Speedway bike ever?
No, actually, we took after Elvis, the Beach Boys, and we decided to go surfing, and of course I had to take that inside line. So, SoCal boy had to show the NorCal boys how to surf.
Yeah, those guys, they have those cold water up north. We got a little better water for surfing down here.
Oh, yeah, you got to cruise the wedge every once in a while.
Yeah, get that wedge going and smash you in those rocks there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very cool. And this is you and Kyle riding? Kyle's ahead of you? And was that Kyle and you?
Yes, that is Kyle and I. We've always been side by side. Almost every photo we have next to each other, if you go back from gumball rallies, it's always him and I side by side. He can be ahead of me some days. I can be ahead of him some days. It's whoever's got the perfect bike setup, the perfect gate, the perfect gear setup. Just everything's got to be perfect. And we always seem to put on one hell of a show.
You guys do. You guys are both awesome. You're both really, really up and coming stars, really. And this is your team here. This is the whole last man out challenge, right? Was this the last man out?
Yes, that was, I believe, the second race into the last man out challenge.
Cool. And you guys are all over the place there. And who won that challenge? Kyle?
It came down to the wire between Kyle and I. And Kyle, he got some good grip around the outside and found a way around me. And like I said, we were going back and forth though, and I have to give all the credit to Kyle. He rode phenomenal that race and edged me out and just kept on going. I was left at the very end, just leaning back, trying to find as much as I could, but couldn't get him.
Yeah, almost went over back.
Yeah, that one I kind of lifted and coming out. And
You need a couple kilos on your ass, I think, and then you would beat them.
Yeah, a little bit of weight would probably help me out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. How much do you weigh? Like 150 or something?
I'm at 155 and I'm 6'3", so giant sail in the wind.
You're like a spaghetti guy, a string bean.
Oh yeah, had nickname all the way through college and high school.
What was your nickname? Spaghetti?
String bean. High school string beans. Bean pole. That was a common one. They used to call me Grin in high school quite a bit because I'd always wear my Grin hat that I got from Greg Hancock when I was little. So that was also one of my nicknames as well. So
very cool. Yeah, a couple pounds of weight, maybe just not that much, maybe like 160, 165 max, like that. I think that would probably help a little bit. Do you think so? Just a couple pounds more?
Yeah, I feel like with a little bit more weight, a little bit more strength, I feel like I can muscle the bike around a little bit more. And if I have to, put the bike where I want it. Just all depends on how close I get to the people and if I have the opportunities.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that will help. It really is nice when you can put the bike where you want it. I mean, that is so cool. One of the biggest compliments I think I ever got racing Speedway was from the legendary announcer who's passed away, Bruce Flanders. When I was riding, I believed, I don't know if it's true, but I believed I could put the bike where I wanted it. And I put my bike everywhere where I wanted it. And you know, it worked out really great, you know, especially like with not crashing as much and things. But I was watching a video of Bruce Flanders saying, and I didn't tell him anything. He said, Brian, he puts the bike where he wants it. If he tells the bike to go there, it goes there. If he tells the bike to go there, it goes there. And I watched the video because I was racing. I didn't hear that because, you know, I'm riding. But I watched the video of Bruce saying that about me. And I thought, you know, that was one of the nicest compliments anyone ever gave me. Because when people can see as a Speedway rider that you're in total control of the bike, that the bike is not in control of you, that you can tell the bike to move right, to move left, and really, like if someone crashes in front of you, you can just stop and move that bike so, you know, like you avoid that crash. Or, you know, it's not perfect. I mean, sometimes you're going to crash, but basically to be in really good control of your bike. And that's really one of the highest compliments. And that's one of the nicest things as far as a Speedway rider, a big goal you could shoot for. And that's, you know, you should is being in total dominant control of your bike. That's very important.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, seriously. When I heard Bruce Flanders, I felt that way, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to say anything like any stories or anything. I always felt that way pretty much because I kind of felt like I'm a big guy too. So you're a tall guy. You're a couple inches taller than me, but I'm a little bigger guy and a little wider, not too thick. And you know, that helped me control my bike actually, because I was like the boss of my bike. Like I could tell my bike what to do. And if my bike didn't do it, it would do it, you know, it had no choice.
It's always a good idea to know how to work your bike and put it where you want it.
You can definitely relate to that.
It really is, because I see a lot of crashes and a lot of guys, you know, like just watching videos and things, and I watch it and they're not in control of their bike. The bike completely dominates them because, you know, these are fast bikes too, by the way, and, you know, there's a lot of power. But to be able to control your bike and to not let it take you into the wall or let it take you to a bad place is very important. Very important. So that's cool. That's something that everybody should work on, is to be totally dominant of your motorcycle, to really be in control of that bike so that you're the boss. The bike is not the boss. You are the boss of your bike. And then you're going to be a better rider. So anyway, so thank you so much, Michael, and we wish you all the best. And you're just doing really great, and we really appreciate you coming on the show today.
It's my pleasure.
Really, you're awesome, and your progress, Kyle, and both Kyles, and your progress is just going through the roof. And we're really excited about your future. And tomorrow night, watching you guys ride tomorrow night. And just be safe, ride smart. You have lots of time, a little bit more time to think out there than the small track. So go ahead and use that to your advantage and be smart and win.
That's the goal. Like I said when I was younger, I want to beat Maxwell. And that's what's going to happen soon.
That's cool. I love that. That's the way you have to think, seriously, as a rider. You have to think that way, and you have to really believe that in your heart. And if something happens where you don't achieve that, you have to go back to the drawing board and work harder, the next time to beat those guys, because that's how you become, a champion, is you have that attitude. And that's really good to see. When I had my first race in D3, I raced Dennis Sagalos, and I had been on a bike like 1 week. And Dennis was like a D1 rider. I was like a D4 rider. and Dennis had this beautiful like uniform on, the leathers. He had these Bates leathers, these white and orange uniform, really beautiful. And I had this old uniform from Ron Taylor. He's about 5'7", and I'm about 6'1", so it didn't fit very well. And I'm like wearing this uniform, old, and I taped my name on the front, Brian, and duct tape, silver duct tape. and I looked at Dennis Sagalos and I said, I'm going to beat him. And I had been riding for only a week, and I had a 22-inch tire on my bike, and I didn't even know how to ride a Speedway bike. And then because I had read about Dennis before, like 3 years before, because he was a hot rider. Even at age 13 and at age 16, he was great. And I looked at Dennis and I said, I'm going to beat him. Like I just really was strong. And then he killed me in that race. But Dennis said, I like that you told yourself you're going to beat me. So a racer must always have that attitude, like you're going to beat, the next guy, and don't ever think different, because that's even, no matter what, that's the way you should think, correct?
100%.
So don't ever be intimidated by nobody. Always think that you're the best and that you can beat, the good riders, because that's how you're going to be the good rider, is to have that attitude. Don't be intimidated by them. I was a little intimidated a few times, like going into D1, racing against, Penhall and these guys. But when I was on the track, I forgot about it. And I said, you know what? I'm on the track. This guy's on the track. Penhall's on the track. I don't care. I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going for that guy. And that's the only way you're going to win. And that's the only way you're going to succeed, is just go for it. And just, it's your race. That's what's nice about Speedway. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead. Thank you so much, Michael, for hanging out with us. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to introduce the next guest. And we have Aidan Mcnutt. Aidan, are you around?
Yes.
How you doing?
Doing good.
So tell me more about yourself. How you doing? You're racing.
So this is my first year on 500s. I've been racing for 7-8 years now. Started on Pee-wees at Fast Fridays. My dad really wanted me to start some type of racing sport, and started me on Pee-wees once, and then we really loved the environment, so I got a 150 and started from there. And
nice.
I was racing 250s up until the beginning of just last season. And then I moved to 500s, and I've only raced at Paris in industry once for Gumball Rally. And definitely like the 500s a lot more. Feeling comfortable in the last few races. Been doing a lot of bike work for myself, so I'm feeling really in touch with my bike.
So you've only had a couple races now on the 500s, that's all?
I think it's 6 or 7 now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very good. So you're just developing as a 500 rider right now, correct?
Yeah. I'm trying to get a D2 main win. I've gotten second in the FIM North American D2, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Trying to get a win though, definitely.
Well, you'll get there. There's no doubt. And if you got second in that race, who beat you? Rudy? Was that Rudy that won that?
No, this is 2 or 3 Parises ago. I got beat by who is it? Redmond. He was a Nevada rider or Colorado, I think. He's a good rider. Yeah, I got stuck behind the pack, made my way up in the second, but I didn't really have enough time to get up near him or anything.
Well, that's cool. That's respectable. I mean, second, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's good. And so, what got you into Speedway, Aidan?
It was mostly just kind of wanting to race something, and then once I really got the hang of it, it was really enjoyable racing. Like especially like through 150s, it was pretty fun, but there's not enough power. I was a bigger kid, but it was just the joy of racing and winning, and it really kept me going. And now getting on 500s, it's developing. Every single time I race, I learn something new, whether I did good or not.
Oh, for sure. There's so much to learn, especially like getting on the 500s. There's so many things, and you got a good team behind you, so you can learn a lot from the other guys too, correct?
Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from Kyle and Michael, and they've helped me a lot.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, is this you holding the checkered flag, or do I have it wrong? Is this you?
That is Sammy holding the checkered flag.
Oh, that's Sammy. Sorry, we'll take Sammy off. I got confused. Sorry, we'll put you on. What color helmet do you have? The red?
I have the red helmet, yes.
Okay, this is you, right?
Yeah, that is me.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Oh, so this is you. Is this on a 500, this picture?
Yes, just last Paris. I think it was the February something.
Nice. Oh, that's good. So you're just getting you rode the 250s, right, for a short time?
Yeah, for 3
years.
years.
And then you got to the 500s. Cool. Do you practice much, or do you just go out and race?
We have a practice track. In the last year or so, we've kind of not practiced as much, but we're trying to get back onto practicing more often and trying new stuff out so we can just be more prepared for races.
Nice. Yeah, you guys should have like a practice bike where you can just burn up a practice bike.
Yeah, definitely been working on building a lot of stuff. Like I prep all of our bikes in between races, like in between events, and then I'm trying to build myself a backup bike so I can spin some laps or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, you don't want to burn your number one bike up, going on a practice track probably nowadays, but maybe a backup bike would be cool.
Yeah, that's what that motor right there is for.
Nice. What is that, a Jawa?
That's a GM long stroke.
So you have your main bike is a long stroke GM, and then your
Yes.
backup bike is a GM too?
Yes.
Nice. Well, that's a good combo, having a couple GMs. They're the hot ticket, I think, nowadays.
Yes, that was the first GM I got my hands on, and I didn't really notice it because it was my first time on 500, but it was actually lacking a lot of power, and I blew it. Like when I put my new lay shaft in, it put a lot of torque on the engine, and it made me blow it like second race out with the new lay shaft. And after I got my new motor in there, my bike is so much different. Like I feel like I feel like I was being held back by something.
So you have a brand new GM motor, correct, in your bike now?
Not fully brand new. It was fully serviced, top to bottom, everything, and I got it off. I think his name was Sean Harris in Speedway, the selling place on Facebook. It was a really good deal. The bike's only been actually, it wasn't even broken in. I had to break it in.
Cool. So they put the rod, the bearings.
Yep.
New piston, new bore job, everything. Everything, correct?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
faced all this valves seats and replaced all the timing chains and everything. And
wow,
it's a really good motor. Like, and I definitely got to say that it's helped me ride a lot faster and a lot better.
that's like a brand new engine, really.
Mm-hmm. And that
Really,
one,
that's
because I blew that one up, so I was full throttle and it just seized and I flipped over the bars. I actually had to get every single part redone in that one too.
Oh, so when did this happen? When you blew the bike up?
This was the under 21s. It was really unfortunate because it was my second race of the night and it was coming into the second lap. And it was right at the apex of the turn. And I'd crossed up and I was just gassing on. And then just the bike just seized up. And then I flipped over the bars. And then Timmy Dion was behind me. And he was about to run me right over. But he was able to like kick it sideways. And he just barely grazed my helmet. And it like knocked my head. And my GoPro went flying across the track. But luckily he was able to avoid me.
Didn't it leave like a rubber mark?
Yeah, it left rubber across my helmet from his tire spinning.
Is your GoPro okay, or is it broken?
It cracked my screen, but replacing screen was $10, so fixed it right up.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So Timothy did a pretty good job at avoiding running you over. It sounds like
he's a really good racer. He's gotten a lot faster in the last 2 years. Like he's one to look out for, and he's a very controlled rider.
To do what he did, he's a good rider, and that's something that all riders. We were just talking about being in total control of the motorcycle like 5 minutes ago, and that's exactly what Timmy was doing when you crashed. He knew how to avoid running your head over.
Yeah,
that was good. That was really good. See, that's the type of rider that everybody should really focus on being. When there's an emergency like that, when somebody their bike can seize at any time, you could be behind a guy and that could happen. So you have to really think quick, right? When that happens.
Yeah. Fast decision making.
It's like 1 second you have to react. So being in total control of your bike, that's very important. And Timmy sounds like he did a really great job of that. So awesome. It's really cool. Oh, that's neat. So you put the new bike in your number one bike, right? The new engine is in the number one bike.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I think the Bakersfield track is really everyone's saying that the GM just flies on the Bakersfield track compared to the Jawa. So that's good.
I've never actually ridden at the Bakersfield track. I just I've gone off what he told me about it and what Michael told me about it. So I just put my gearing to what they were about at. And then I'm just going to go see what happens.
Yeah, it's your first time there. Michael and Kyle, I think, have spun a few laps there. So, and the track is going to be a little different this time with a little more DG on it than last time when Kyle and Michael were on it. And so it should be a better track, probably.
Yeah, since I heard it was a bit shorter than Paris, I went up like 3 teeth I'll bring a few extra sprockets just in case, but hopefully that should be good.
The track looks longer than Paris. Is it longer or shorter?
Shorter is what I was told.
It's a little shorter, I believe, but with the banks, you're able to get as much speed.
Oh,
it's a way faster track.
It's shorter than Paris. Wow.
Yeah, it's a little shorter, but with the banks, it helps.
Oh,
better too.
So are you guys gonna ride the banks tomorrow night if you have to? You're gonna go up higher and berm it?
I've never ridden a bank track, but I'm down to try it, and I've only been told about it, but sounds fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I rode a bank track once before in Victorville, a little bit bank, and it's fun. It's really it's kind of fun. You can really fly into the turn, and the bank kind of will keep you, in the track, like it's a different kind of feeling though, riding a bank. It's not the same as a flat track, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Yeah. But, I think it just gets a little practice, get used to it, like that, whether it's a few races or just, kind of getting used to it and stuff. But once you get used to the bank track, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's a lot closer, Bakersfield, and I hope it becomes a full-time venue. It's half the distance for us compared to Paris.
So you guys live in what, Auburn area, or where do you live?
We live in Newcastle. It's right next to Auburn.
Oh, nice. So that's good. Are there many riders from the north going to be coming down this week or tomorrow?
I have seen a few that I haven't seen all season, like some riders that have been around for a while, like Danny Faria and some others who practice down there. I think like Chance Grove. I didn't see them sign up, but I assume since he practiced there just a month ago, he'll probably come down. It's a lot shorter drive, so a lot more NorCal are inclined to go.
Nice. It's almost like half distance, right? Going to Bakersfield.
4.5, 5 hours in a normal car. Of course, we tow a huge toy hauler, so it takes us about an extra hour or two.
Nice.
You don't got to deal with LA traffic.
Yeah, no LA traffic.
I get all 405.
Yeah, you guys don't. Once you get out of the traffic shouldn't be bad. Once you just get on the freeway, it shouldn't be that bad from coming from north, right?
Yeah, once we get on 5, it's a straight shot straight to Bakersfield.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's going to help everybody. It should help everyone get to the track a little better, having half the distance to the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. We're going to do a Northern California week next week on the show, and we have Sunday night. We have Russell Green, the Rocket. He's going to be on the show, and then we have Wednesday night. We have Reese Todd. Yeah, I'm sure you know Reese.
Nah, we don't know Reese.
Yeah,
you know Reese. Nobody knows Reese.
We don't want to admit it.
First time I met him, he was asking for a new front end because he wadded his
Oh, he wanted his frame up. He needed a frame.
He needed a front end, and we happened to have an extra front end, so we got him it for a really cheap price, just because he was new to the sport, and I'm glad that he's continuing with it.
Yeah, I asked Renton if Reese was any good, and he said, "Yeah, he's good." And I said, "Does he really serious about Speedway?" And Renton said, "Yeah, he's really into it." So I guess Reese is really into Speedway. That's cool. He's older. He's like 25, right?
Yeah, I don't know his exact age, but he's somewhere around there.
I heard. I think it was about 25, but don't quote me on that. But he should be fun. If he's half as crazy as his brother, he should be fun.
Oh, he's just that. Don't worry.
Those two brothers are one of a kind. I will say.
You mean he's as bad as Renton? Reese is just as crazy?
Maybe a little bit more toned in some ways. But...
Let's just say one's a tree climber and one's a diesel mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Pretty sure I saw Reese in a fire, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, that's the new water truck. You didn't get the memo?
Right.
Oh, well, I wonder if Reese is going to wear his Kevlars on the show or not.
Hey, Ren's come over to pick up stuff, and he's been in his suit, and he tells me that it makes him feel like a race car driver.
Oh, I was shocked, and I told somebody, Renton, I said, "You tell Reese if he wears his Speedway uniform next Wednesday night, I'll wear my Bumblebee uniform on the show." And we're going to have a uniform night next Wednesday, but I don't know if Reese is going to go for that or not. Oh.
You ask for it, you're going to get it.
So I'm challenging you, Reese, to a uniform night. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so that'll be good. And so you guys are all ready to go. I saw you guys packing up the race bikes, correct? Like before we did the show, you guys are packing it up for tomorrow's race.
Yeah,
and the sidecar.
Yeah, and the sidecar.
Your dad's riding the sidecar?
Yeah, Sammy and my dad race the sidecar, and it's a pretty fun thing to do.
Is this the sidecar right here?
Yes, that's Sammy on the side, and that's my dad driving.
Oh, so your dad's not a monkey; he's a driver.
He's a driver.
Nice. Who wants to be the monkey? Is there any monkeys around here?
Sammy.
Is Sammy the monkey? Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Is Sammy the monkey on that race? On that one? Is that him?
Yes, that's
Sammy on the
Sammy.
side right there.
Sammy, you're awesome, dude. Oh, so how do you guys do? And how do you guys do in the sidecar racing, Sammy?
Well, we only got into it a year or so ago, but once we got our sidecar kind of pieced back together and fully running, and some of the mechanical and electrical issues figured out, we managed to place third in the sidecar nationals at Fast Fridays, and we were doing for probably about 3 or 4 races in a row. We did really quite well at Paris until we started having a couple mechanical issues, and then flat tires and everything in between.
So you had bad luck for a little while on that thing, and flat tires.
But we've gotten tires fixed and new tires, different suspension, cleaned out fuel injectors and a couple other things. And this weekend should be a better weekend for the sidecar, I imagine. It should be fun.
Just be careful. That's a fast track out there. And so that's 1,000 cc's, correct, that bike?
Yep, it is an inline 4-cylinder GSXR 1000.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. That thing's like a monster.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So now you don't want to be a monkey, Aidan? Is that what you just throw it to Sammy, throw it to the next guy down?
I'll drive, but I won't monkey. But I won't drive at Paris on only short tracks.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty hairy, driving 1,000 cc. Even driving it, that's pretty wild, right? Going the wrong way.
Hey, at Paris, their rev limiter in third gear going over 100. I don't want to do that.
That's crazy. I would suggest not, if you're a speedway rider, not to be riding that, on a long track, because it's.
You gotta join Team SOS, man. We do everything.
You guys rock. Yeah, just stay up on that bike at 100 miles an hour for sure.
Like I said, we got the best looking team and the most we just got the best team. Hands down. Hands down.
You guys have the coolest team too, I think.
Pretty sure we're like the only team.
Yeah, you guys
have a few teams.
So Lawrence is the driver? Is that who's driving it, Lawrence?
Yes. I'll ride anything, guys. I'm gonna tell you, if Aidan will drive, I'll monkey. But Sammy's my buddy here. Sammy's the guy. He hangs perfect off the side of that bike.
Nice.
No doubt. I gotta tell you, man, these guys are absolutely awesome, man. They mechanic their bikes, they pit their bikes, they talk to the kids, they do everything we want to promote the sport. So I just absolutely love working with these guys.
You have a great group of guys. That's really good. I mean, they're lucky to have you, and you're lucky to have them.
Yep.
That's super. That is really good. So, did you ride Speedway, Lawrence, ever, or do you just ride the sidecars?
I was in the photos you just saw. I've been riding Speedway with the boys since we started. Absolutely.
On that one of all 4 of us on the Team SOS challenge, he was on the inside.
Yeah.
In the black carbon fiber.
Trying like heck to pass my riders.
This one here? You're on the pole?
He's got the blue helmet.
On the pole, yeah.
275.
See, Lawrence is a smart guy. He thinks that being on the pole is the fastest way around the track.
I keep telling them they shouldn't beat their sponsor, but they never listen to me.
Oh. So did you beat them, Lawrence, or did they beat you?
No, that was my last ride on the elimination that night. They took me out.
He
So
almost.
you're the first.
I'm sorry.
You're the first guy out of the elimination.
Yeah, I actually took out Sammy.
Sammy had a bike malfunction. He says.
Hey, my goal. So these guys' goal is to beat all like Dylan Rummel and all those guys. My goal is to beat them. Okay. That's my purpose in life.
That's a pretty hard goal, Lawrence.
I'm not giving up, man. Never gonna give up.
Hey, you're a fighter. You're a fighter.
That's right. But when the boys get that dream team and Steve gets that dream team, I will be sponsoring these boys over in Europe. I sponsored the last dream team, and I'll do when we do the next one every time.
That's incredible. That is super. I really think, Lawrence and you guys, that Steve's going to do that. He's even hinted about that. He said, we need to do that again and things. So I think it's in the works, or it's going to come soon.
And we'll help it happen. Absolutely, 100%. Always.
Oh, that would be remarkable because we really need that. That's why I'm kind of pushing it too on my show, because you can see that these riders, they're like bursting at the seams. I mean, all these guys, they're getting more and more ready for this as every race goes by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're coming back when our season comes back. Steve will sponsor it, or we'll host it, lead it, and we'll get some boys over there, some of the young men. And
I have no doubt
for the U.S. Absolutely, it's coming.
I mean, these guys. I mean, the thing is, what's cool about it is we have so many of these young riders who are ready, or going to be ready. Let's just say that. They're going to be ready to take that next step. There's really a big handful of these really great young riders. And so, I mean, how could that not happen?
Well, I might steal their motors and stuff from my bike. That might, set them back a bit. Other than that, we'll be good.
Are you going to take their motors?
It's really good in my chassis, is what I'm saying.
You're trying to beat them, I think. That's what your plan is. All I can say, Lawrence, is good luck.
Yeah. Thank you. I need a lot of it.
I mean, these guys are really talented. The SOS team and all the other guys too. But I mean, there's a lot of really talented riders on your team.
Oh, absolutely. And you got Michael's dad, who's a wonderful guy, great mechanic. We got Chris Popin supporting Kyle. We're bringing more and more into this. This group of guys are going to continue accelerating into this sport. It's a great sport. I love it.
And you're helping the sport
since I was 8 years old. So I've been in the sport a long time.
So you got into Speedway by watching it, or did you ride?
I motocrossed. I was Suzuki Road Racing sponsored for years, and then me and my son Aidan over here, we started on Pee-wees and Run What You Brung up in Auburn.
Nice.
And that led right into where we are right now. So and you'll probably see a few more sidecars out next year if we get these other ones done. We got a few in the garage here, and you'll see us kind of expand a bit in 2021.
Well, I'll come and be one of your sidecar riders.
You're on, because I don't have you to ride the second sidecar. So we'll throw Kyle will be your driver. How about that?
Okay, I'll be the monkey.
There you go.
Hey, Reese also wants to drive too, so
yeah, we'll bring it together. I'm pretty sure Billy wants to ride too. Gennaro, I think he needs a monkey.
So you're gonna have one more sidecar or two more?
It's sitting right out here. Yeah, we got one more sitting right here, ready to go.
Yeah,
very cool.
Jigs and frame material to build a whole nother sidecar.
Yep.
So you have it all together. You have the engine and everything, and the second sidecar.
Yeah, we have
sitting right over here.
We have
completely
a full
ready to go.
Frame that's empty, and we have a GX6R 1000. We just need to fit it in and make sure the radiator and fan don't hit the motor.
Yep.
Oh, very good.
So you're in. We got you. Try to build Gennaro. See if you can be his monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do anything. I'll be the monkey. I'll be the driver, whatever.
So Brad's going to come back. We'll do Costa Mesa maybe. You're down south. We'll get you set up for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll need a bike because I want to ride again. I'm probably a support rider now because I don't. I'm not that good.
We've got like what 15 Speedway bikes in our garage here?
No, we don't. we have
Not 15, 13.
You do need.
Mike has one for you. Michael has one.
Yeah.
Mike, you guys have
We'll
a
set
spare
you up.
bike.
Don't worry. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Michael said you have 2 spare bikes for the team, so whoever needs a bike has a bike.
Yes. Actually,
That's cool.
wait, you have a spare bike at your place, Michael, still? And then we have 2 spare bikes here. So we have 3 total team spare bikes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
If I can build my 4th one, then we'll have 4 total.
Very cool.
Is GM Motors going in my frame? So that's the only problem.
No.
Who gets the Jawa motor? Sammy?
Sammy and my dad have Jawas.
We're on Jawas.
Yeah. Soon they will migrate. Soon
they will migrate to the big boy engines. Well, no, the Jawa is good on short tracks though, like on Costa Mesa. Jawa runs pretty good, I think. Especially a long stroke, I think would be okay, or short. You can ride fast on a Jawa on a short track.
Depends on the gearing in the head in your mindset.
Exactly. Michael, remember, weren't you running my super short stroke in that race with Kyle?
Yeah, I've had a really old super short stroke. That thing. It's, I think, in the 6th generations of the motors. Now they're in like the 8th generations, and it runs up with the big dogs.
It's all a matter of your mind. I think the long tracks, though, the GMs, I think will work really good on the long tracks. But the short tracks, I think you could run anything. Jawas will work just fine. I think if you have, like Michael said, you have the gearing right. And you have a pretty good engine. I think you can. I mean, I rode my long. Actually, I had a short stroke Jawa when I rode and at Costa Mesa, and I had a few good races. Right, Michael?
Oh yeah, you've always had good races.
So that was a short. Actually, when I was a teenager, like you guys' age, I had a long stroke engine on my bike. And I love the long stroke. It was really nice. And then I got the short stroke and made it work, but I really fell in love with a long stroke. I wish I would have rode a long stroke, to be honest with you, but you just learn to adapt and ride whatever you have, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%. You felt with the long to short stroke.
What's the difference?
What were you feeling like that was throwing you off with the short stroke?
Well, a short stroke, it was revving a little high, like it was revving, like the piston was moving really fast because it was a short stroke, and it was kind of like it just everything was moving really fast in the engine, like the piston. Which was okay. You have to kind of do the gearing to make it work, kind of thing. But the long stroke to me felt a little better, to be honest with you, because it was like more of a chug, 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 like the piston would be chugging a little bit. And I like that. Do you agree?
Yeah, I rode a Jawa short stroke for all of 250s, and then I switched to the GM long stroke. And I like the feeling of long stroke. It's just a more gradual movement with the throttle, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly, Aidan. That's the chug chug that I was talking about. The engine just moves smoother and gradual, and it still pushes you just as hard, but the engine's not working as fast. Like the piston's not moving as fast, and that to me, that's a better feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But. And I sponsored Buck Blair, and I actually I bought an extra short stroke. I won it at the auction for the U.S. Speedway team over in Europe when they raced over at the Queen Mary. Cody donated it, and I won it through my auction. I forgot what I paid for it, but it was a lot of money. And then I didn't know what to do with it because I had 2 short strokes. So I sponsored Buck Blair one year, and he rode it. And I think Buck, he rode it pretty good. He won a couple mains on it and stuff. I sponsored him full. He had everything fully sponsored. But I think he would have done better personally with a long stroke than my short stroke. And I've seen Buck ride the long stroke, and I think he does better on the long stroke than the short stroke. So the long stroke really has a lot of advantages, in my opinion, even though I rode the short stroke.
Yeah, it's definitely personal opinion.
What's that?
Definitely personal opinion and what you like grow up liking.
Yeah, it is. But then I say that, to be honest with you, Aidan, and then I won a lot on the short stroke. So so it's not that bad.
Yeah, you can still make it work.
Well,
you make it work.
Baby short stroke right now.
Yeah, I know it's the
baby offset.
Yeah, the baby offset.
Are you riding the short stroke, Aidan?
So I'm riding a long stroke onset. He's running a short stroke baby offset. Kyle.
Oh, very good.
And Michael has been running. If you've been running my Jawa, Michael, you're running a super short stroke offset. And now you're going to the long stroke, right?
Yeah, he's going to a long stroke
this weekend. Is your first weekend on your new bike?
Yes, it's going to be my first weekend on the GM, the long stroke.
Yeah, you got a long stroke. So we're jumping all over the place on motors. Yep.
Well, I think you're going to find, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think you're going to find that long stroke really nice. At Paris and at Bakersfield, I think the long stroke will probably, but you can make the short stroke work. It's not like bad. But I think the long stroke will be a little smoother and a little bit nicer power band, I think.
Interesting. So that motor's ending up in my chassis next week. What you're saying.
Oh my God. You're not helping my case for a backup bike.
Well, I'm sorry, Aidan.
It's okay. He won't notice. It'll just happen.
Just when he's sleeping, just take the motor out in the middle of the night and switch it. He'll never know. Oh, that's cool. No, but you really, seriously, you make what you ride work. I mean, that's honestly the truth. Even though I really liked my long stroke, but it was not a Jawa. I was the last rider that rode a JAP and won main events and championships. I was racing all Jawas. I was the last JAP D1, legitimate D1 rider ever in U.S. history, and winning main events on an old JAP. And I beat Mike Bass in a world qualifier scratch, and Mike Bass was blown away. He's like, "What did you do?" And I had some good rides, on that JP. It was a long stroke, and I really loved it so much. It was like I had a good mechanic too, so that helped.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta have support.
Yeah, I had the best mechanic on the earth at the time, so he was really good and old timer. Been around since the revive since 1930s. So he was good. So that was good. But you just make whatever you have work, really. And it's all good. There's not really a bad. It's just a matter of it's just like riding a new bike. If you ride a new bike, let's say I came over there and rode your bike, one of your bikes or somebody else's bike, you just make it work, no matter what. You just you don't make excuses. You just ride it hard and you just, you make it happen.
Absolutely.
You know,
you don't want my GSXR 1000 in your chassis, right? Okay. Just in case.
Oh, I think that engine's a little heavy, right, for a Speedway bike?
A bit heavy.
Oh, that's does that thing have 4 cylinders?
Yes, 4 cylinders.
It's a 4-cylinder. That would not look good on a Speedway bike, I think.
Fuel injection, velocity stacks, it would look good.
I've never seen that one before, but oh, that's cool. So let's get to Sammy. Sammy for a second. Did you have? First of all, do you have any sponsors you want to thank Aidan?
Well, they're gonna be slightly repeated, but Team SOS, O'Neill, Billy Hamill Racing. Might be forgetting some, but for the most part, I think that's it.
And your papa. I think your papa did something good.
Yeah.
He seems like a great guy.
My dad has helped a lot with this.
A lot. What a guy.
A lot of what I know.
We all wish we had a dad like your dad. He's cool. He's cool. Well, thank you, Aidan, very, very much. And you're going to enjoy that long stroke unless your dad takes it out of your frame. So,
yeah.
Oh, I think you'll improve though. Seriously, it's just it's a matter of getting used to it. But I just love the power band of a long stroke. It's just like it's so like sweet, you know. It just feels good.
It does.
So what about you, Sammy? Where are you over there at the end, the right end? So tell us about this flag. I said Aidan was running with this flag main event. That was you, right?
Yep, that looks like it would be back when we were having regular seasons before COVID at Fast Fridays.
Was that like D3 or 2 or something?
It was either D3 or D2, I believe.
That was your first season of D2, and you won like half the races of the season.
Yeah, so I'd worked my way up through D3, and I had started in D2 the next season, my second season on 500s, and won basically week after week after week, and want to say I won the first like 4 weeks, and then there was a week or two I didn't win, and then after that I won like every other week to the end of the season.
So that was in D2. You were winning like 3 or 4 weeks, and then you didn't win, and then you won like every other week. That was D2. That's what happened.
Yeah, I started on the 0 yard line, and very shortly I was back on the 50 yard line.
Nice. That's really great. If you can win like that in the D2, that's pretty impressive, really. Seriously, that's excellent. So that was your first full season in D2?
Yep.
Wow. Very good. That's good. I won a few D2 main events at Costa Mesa, and I think it was like 4 in a row. I think it was, and then. I get out there. Everybody liked me, you know, because I was like the bumblebee, and then I get out there, and then some people start booing me, and I was like, "What? Don't boo me! I like people cheering for me." And they booed me because I won like 4 main events in a row, and they were sick of it. That felt bad when you get booed. Okay, I remember Michael Bass up there in Auburn. He used to get booed all the time. He was like the bad guy, and because he won so much.
Yeah.
And then I thought, God, that's horrible to get booed. I really hate it. You know, to be honest, I have to tell you the truth. This is kind of a funny story. I hate it to get booed because everybody kind of liked me, and then I started getting booed a little bit. Not by everybody, but I got some boos. And I didn't like it. And I actually, to be honest with you, I purposely didn't win. I go, if I don't win, people will like me again. And so that's the truth. I didn't really want to win because I felt bad.
Yeah.
I did. And then I read that Michael Bass, he would go home because he got booed heavy, really bad, more bad than me. And then Michael Bass, I read this, and I don't know if it's true, but I read it, that he would actually sometimes would cry because he didn't like, you know, people hating him or booing him. So that's really, you didn't see that on the track, but it affects people when they get booed. So it's not nice to be booed. Like, nobody likes it, but I was booed and I didn't like it either. I didn't cry. I just didn't like it. That's all.
Yeah.
It sucks. You're out there. I like the people like touching my bumblebee stripes and go, oh, the bumblebee. I like that. Right, Michael? Do you remember those days?
Oh yeah. I thought it was one of the coolest leathers I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's up there somewhere. Do you see it up there somewhere?
Yep.
Yep.
The bumblebee stripes, and they want to get used again one of these days.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. We hope we can get out and ride one day. I was going to ride this year, and then we couldn't travel, so that was not good. So
yeah,
that was something. So Sammy, back to Sammy over here. So how did you get involved in Speedway, young Sammy?
Well, so both Aidan and I went to a school that was right behind Fast Fridays. And day in, day out, usually kind of on Thursdays and Fridays, we'd hear bikes on the other side of this wall. And we went and stood up on the wall a few days, and we were actually watching, come to find out, we were watching Billy Gennaro.
And Tommy Hedden.
Yeah, and Tommy Hedden do laps around Fast Fridays. And we went out there and watched a little bit, and then they got into racing, and then they also got me into dirt biking and everything else. And then one day we were down at the practice track, and they're like, hey, why don't you try a Speedway bike? I was like, okay. And then learned how to ride a 150, and then went out and Lawrence bought me my first 250.
I know you got to tell about how you worked an entire summer.
Well, yeah, I worked all summer and helped paid for. I paid for about 90% of it.
Nice.
It was a
upright.
It was an upright
Vintage upright.
A Westlake.
A Westlake 250 is what we started on.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then that bike wasn't quite enough, so very quickly moved to a Jawa 250.
That bike shocked.
Oh yeah, and then the year after I first got that bike, the spark plug was shorting out to the frame, going through the handlebars and going through my foot, and it shocked the heck out of me a few times.
Yikes. That was on the lay down bike, the 250?
Yeah, that was on the Jawa.
Oh. Well, that's a lot better than the Westlake, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Westlake just didn't quite have enough power.
No.
Ran an oil through the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Jawa 250 is really pretty badass over the Westlake.
Yeah.
Although Harlan Bast gave us some help.
Oh yeah.
Had his battery charged and running.
Yup. That was a fun bike, but a little bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does Harlan still ride up north still, or is he kind of retired?
The last 2-3 years, he's kind of retired, but up until just a few years ago, he was every Friday racing, and now I feel it's more occasional.
Yeah, they're still our welders. We're close with the Bass. They're always part of what we're up to. They're good guys.
Yeah, they're good. We're trying to get Mike Bass on the show for 5 minutes, but we don't know.
We'll give a word in there next week for you.
Yeah, go tell Mike Bass. I talked to Deanne Bass, and she said, yeah, Mike can give you maybe 5 minutes. And I said, okay. We're going to have a Legends Night in about 2 weeks from now. And so I'm really trying to get Mike Bass for maybe get Gene Woods and Mike Bass and a few other old timers on the we got Greg Hazerat. He was an early day Speedway rider. He's really good, D1 rider. And we'd like to get Sonny Nutter on the show and the old guys, the legends. So that would be fun. You guys think that would be a cool show?
Yeah,
cool.
definitely.
We'll throw a couple words in, see what we can do.
See if you get Mike Bass. I know Deanne said that he can't do a whole show, so that he just doesn't want to do that. But Mike Bass isn't really a big PR type of guy. Like when he was riding Speedway, he was kind of booed because he didn't like the socialize and interviews and stuff like Sonny Nutter and these other kind of more glamorous riders. But we know Mike Bass was just a fantastic rider, one of the greatest of all time. But he wasn't really good and wasn't into the social media, interviews and stuff. And maybe still today, not so much. But we would love to have that. Would make my year to have Mike Bass for like just a couple minutes, even during, let's say, a roundabout show with like a few riders. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so talk to Deanne or Mike and ask them if he would do it for a couple minutes.
I will. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah. And we're talking to Lightning Larry Shaw over there up north where you guys live up there. And Larry maybe is 50-50. So we'd like to get Lightning Larry Shaw. He was one of the great legends of the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
He was.
For the Bass.
Do you guys know Larry Shaw up there?
Not really.
No, I've
No?
never heard of him.
I don't. He was number 5, and then Sean McConnell. He sponsored Sean McConnell when Sean was a junior rider, and Sean McConnell was wearing the red uniform with the lightning bolts at the time. And Sean McConnell still rides the red and white today because of Lightning Larry Shaw. He's sponsored Sean the first when he was only like 15 or whatever it was, 14. And then he was, let's see, Lightning Larry was number 5. And then Brad Oxley became number 5. And then now Max Romo is number 5. Is that correct?
Yep.
So number 5 has had a pretty good heritage of owners of that number.
Yeah.
So that's a good number. And so anyways. So you went to school, Sammy, right behind Fast Fridays, and then you kind of saw the Speedway going on. Is that what happened?
For the most part, yeah. We were up in the play gym, I think, one day after school, and Billy and Tommy were having a practice over at Fast Fridays a Thursday night before Fast Fridays happened. And one day we were like, hey, let's go over and watch, and then kind of got into it from there. So
the rest was history.
Yeah.
That's so you're a young rider, you're developing, you're just getting, and you won a lot of D2 mains this past year or so. So, I mean, you definitely have proved that you have talent. That's for sure. What are your goals at Speedway? Do you have like are you doing it just for fun, or do you kind of want to like go for it like these other guys, or what's your feeling on that?
It sure is a lot of fun, but I'd honestly really like to be able to kind of continue working my way up and be able to at least win some U.S. titles and maybe be able to go over to Europe and race for a little bit.
Nice. Very good. So, yeah. Well, if you follow the leaders of your team, you'll have a good chance of doing that. So, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So you guys are getting ready right now to go to Bakersfield, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Oh, and so is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Any rumors or anything you guys want to talk about?
Anything?
I do want to say we do have another sidecar rider. Unfortunately, she was not here today. Dana Florencio. She stepped up big time in the past couple of races. She jumped on the sidecar, and it's pretty cool to see her out there. So there is another female that still rides. She does the sidecars with Lawrence, and I think it's really cool. But
yeah, you actually see
I wanted to make sure
she'll be running the sidecar in Bakersfield.
She will be there all night. Yeah. So
you guys have 2 sidecars running now. You have Lawrence and the Scout running.
Sammy and Dana trade off. So tomorrow night, both will probably be riding the sidecar.
So you trade off Lawrence riding the sidecar, excuse me?
Yeah. So Sammy and Dana trade off on monkeying. So you'll probably the last two Parises, Dana's been hanging off the side of the sidecar, and tomorrow night she'll likely be the ones hanging off. We'll probably alternate. Yeah. And then later this year we'll bring the other sidecar in, and then Aidan's gonna drive. He hasn't volunteered for this yet, but we're gonna force him to do it, and then Sammy will be on that too.
So you're gonna take the female rider, and then Sammy and Aidan are gonna drive the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I've had him as a monkey before, and he's one of the best monkeys. He's perfect.
Your dad?
No. Sammy.
Sammy.
Sammy's an awesome monkey.
He's so light, and he knows where to put his body at the right moment. And it's like, as a sidecar driver, you don't need to do much body movement due to him being a skilled rider.
At the last Fast Fridays, when everybody was in the parking lot, I had Kyle as my monkey. He was everywhere you shouldn't be all night long. It was awesome. We tagged the wall 5 times. I think I lost him once.
I think the monkey is important, right?
Every time Sammy falls off and we pass the finish line, we get disqualified. So yeah, I've lost Sammy about 8 times, maybe 6 times.
Yeah, getting close to
something like that. We hit the wall and Sammy falls off. It's like, dang it.
I thought Sammy was a good monkey.
He's a great monkey, but he falls off at a certain point when you hit the wall.
He's a professional monkey. He just makes a couple of mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, he'll learn. Well, so I guess if you hit the wall,
you want to be on the side of this car, don't you? Now you're enrolled to be a monkey. And Sammy, you can drive.
So Sammy's a better monkey than a driver, you think?
Yes,
I'm thinking so. Yeah,
probably.
So he actually does a good job, right? Or
yeah, I gotta say I have only driven these things once too. So
I mean, we Sammy as the monkey and me in our second, third races, we were finishing 2nd and 3rd place.
Yeah.
If you didn't fall off.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh,
That's good. Very good. Yeah, But Sammy would either fall off or you get 2nd or 3rd.
Exactly. We'd still finish 2nd, even if he fell off, and I just wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
You just ride a little slower around the turn without a monkey, I think.
Slightly more slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably different, right? Without a monkey.
A little bit.
It's very different, yes.
It's different. Wow, that's cool. That is really fun. Oh, yeah. Well.
So what Michael was saying is you got these 5 guys, these 4 younger men, me, and now Dana Fulgencio is hopping in the sidecar with us. So you'll see her pretty much regularly as a sidecar monkey. So we keep expanding.
So you're going to take Dana, and then Aidan's going to take the other bike, and then Sammy's going to switch over with Aidan.
I'm hearing it.
Yep.
Oh,
hey, Kyle, I guess that leaves me and you to go make one.
Pressure. Good job. Good job.
So, was it Kyle? Well, you got to get one for Kyle and Michael, I think.
There you go.
We have another frame we need to finish building.
Yeah. I got a Ninja 900 ready to go.
All right.
That's fast enough, I think. Ninja 900, that'll fly.
Yep.
Oh, that was great.
And you're going to run the backup bike, right? So you'll be out there too. That's perfect.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got this chassis right over here behind Sammy, ready for you. Actually,
very good.
Mike, what'd you give me back? A Jawa?
Yeah, it's a Jawa. It's a 6th generation, I believe.
Okay.
Jawa.
All ready to go.
I could ride anything. It doesn't matter as long as it's a Speedway bike.
Yeah. You tell us when you're there. We'll drag that one with us, and you got a bike. Done.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I would love that. Yeah. I'm going to bring all my uniform, my steel shoe, my boots, my protective gear, everything. I think I'm going to buy a helmet when I get there, though, or maybe mail order one. I need a helmet, I think.
O'Neill gave us a whole big patch of helmets. We have a stack of helmets on the shelf back there. You can't see it from where you're at, but you just let us know what size you need. We got a helmet for you from O'Neill.
I think I have like, what was it? 7 3/4 or something like that. I think like 7 3/4. I don't know.
That's a medium. Yep, you got it.
I'm like an extra large. I don't know what that is. Something.
So we got a beautiful red one, just like Michael wears in large. We got you covered.
Very good. Oh, thank you. And that would be cool. I really, every day I go riding and I just I pass people on the road and I can't get out of my system, to be honest with you. And I just, it never leaves you.
Never. So you're riding street bikes, right?
I ride the street. I ride enduros and stuff sometimes, but I sold my enduro bike, so I don't have that. I want to buy one, but I ride a street bike. I have a street bike on the island, and then I have a mainland street bike, a little bigger bike, and I do a lot of traveling, and I do some blogging on my street bike, and I pass like an hour and a half. I pass probably like 50 or 60, cars and buses and stuff.
Yeah,
I love that.
So we're just starting to ride out in Reno. We just bought a place out in Reno. So we did the three, you guys, all of us. We did our first ride in Reno up in the mountains. So if you're ever in that area, we'll take you out for a ride.
Oh, very good. I love riding out. There's a lot of, I like riding enduros and stuff like that. And we have some really hard trails where I live. I mean, they're like impossible to ride, and we go for it. And, it's not always easy, but we really ride hard, and it's kind of scary.
That's perfect. So you can join us then. We'll do the River Inn ride with you.
Okay. Yeah, we do a lot of river riding and different stuff and rocks where we kind of we don't know if we're going to hit a big boulder or not.
Oh. We're absolutely positive you're going to hit a big boulder with a lot of mud, because we never do any other way.
Well, that stuff can be scary, but it's a lot of fun. And when the day is over, you're really happy because you didn't kill yourself.
Exactly. Even if you have to bring your bike back in a truck, it's all okay.
Yeah, see, you got to bring the bike back and you're okay. Some guys, they dump it and then the bike the engine gets full of water when they're in the river and stuff. Not good. Not good. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, and I try to stay in riding shape all the time, and I really enjoy riding. I mean, I ride every day, and I ride a lot, and it's street a lot too, but it's really dangerous where I live, and it's a lot of crazy people, and it's like sometimes when I take a trip, I almost die every day, every trip one time. So it's pretty hairy, but I have fun.
Yeah.
You become a good rider when people try killing you all the time.
Avoiding death at every light stop.
That's good. So, yeah. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us on the show tonight. And I know you guys are racing in Bakersfield tomorrow night. We can't wait to watch the Team SOS do well, and we're excited. You guys excited about tomorrow?
Very excited.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a blast. So good luck, you guys, and really, have fun, be safe, and do well. And like I say, Speedway is mostly about enjoying yourself, even though you want to win and success. But just, have a good time and ride hard and really enjoy the new GM motor. Michael, I think you got a new motor, right? And Aidan has a new motor for tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. You guys are going to have a blast. So thank you so much for joining us tonight in the Beehive. Anything else you want to say?
Nope, I think that's it.
I just want to say thank you one more time to Lawrence Mcnutt for everything you've done for helping our entire team. We wouldn't be here without you. And I think that goes for along with all Aidan, Kyle, and Sammy. I think they would agree with me.
Yeah, I would. I do. Definitely.
Yeah, Lawrence is an amazing guy and just very supportive. And we need more Lawrences in the sport of Speedway, and it's going to be really good. So, Lawrence, thank you so much for helping these young guns out. They really need your help, and they really appreciate your help, all the things that you do for them. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. And this is the SOS team, the Team SOS. And they're going to ride tomorrow night in Bakersfield, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you so much, you guys. Michael Wells, and we have Kyle Cunningham, and we have Aidan, Mcnutt, and then we have Sammy Tetrault. Thank you so much. And Lawrence Mcnutt, thank you so much. You guys are just awesome. And thanks for joining us tonight in the Hive.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, you guys are great. And we're looking forward to seeing your success, because I believe you guys have a real future in Speedway. And just keep working hard and keep progressing. If things go good, if things go bad, it doesn't matter. Just keep working hard, and you're going to achieve your dreams, no doubt. So thank you so much, you guys. That's the Team SOS. And we want to thank you for sharing your time with us in the Beehive. And we want to thank these great riders for their time also, in Lawrence. And they're just really great. We're looking forward to seeing the Team SOS tomorrow night and in the future. So that's it from the Beehive. We have the Team SOS. Thank you so much for enjoying the show and for being with us and hanging out. It's really great. And we would like you to be safe. We want you to be safe tomorrow. Stay on two wheels, win those races, and always be safe. So thanks again. And from the Beehive and from Team SOS, we're wishing you a great night, and we'll see you next race.
Thank you.